Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Shenanaguy Plays Trails of Cold Steel 2. Let's return to the Courageous. Reen delivered Zemirian ore crystal to George. Alright, looks like you've got a pretty hefty amount. This should be enough to make a top-rate Tachi for Valimar. Really? Once this is done, I'll finally be able to fight Crow on equal terms. Yeah, if we manage to finish. This is going to be significantly more difficult than reinforcing Valimar's existing sword ever was. Remember, we'll be making an entirely new weapon from scratch. I'm not sure we can manage by ourselves. I might even have to ask the professor for help. So it's finally time for Professor Schmidt to come into play. Yep. We've got enough Zemirian ore for him to work with now, so I can't see why he would turn us down. Although I can't say I'm all that excited to have him on board. Oh well, I'd better start getting what we need ready. Pardon me for asking, but why wouldn't you want to have him on board? Well, as you no doubt figured out from when you last met him, he's, not easy to work with. And if his space isn't absolutely perfect, he'll throw a tantrum like you've never seen. He's unbelievable. It feels like you're working with a renowned professor, and less like you're working with a renowned professor, and more like you're babysitting a temperamental child. I see. They do say geniuses are often eccentric. Anyway, I'll call the Institute as soon as I've finished sorting his work area out. You don't mind helping me out some more, right? Choosing to help George make his workshop will cause the main story to advance. As a result, all unfinished quests will disappear. We've done everything to do. Now's a great time to make orbs if you need to make more orbs for Valimar. If you have to revisit any of the shrines to knock out the trial chests or defeat the cryptids, now's a great time to defeat the cryptids. As for us, the only thing to do is a short event scene between Celine and Emma. Thank you so much for your support earlier, Reen. I never would have been able to stand up to Vita like that without the class backing me up. Thank us all you want, but that was all you. You were the one who made the decision to be strong and stand up to her, not us. You kept pushing us forward, too. It was very class president-y of you, so thanks. Besides, without the two of you, we wouldn't have been able to gather all the Zemirian ore. Gee, a thank you from Reen. How unexpected and out of character. Getting the chance to screw with Vita and Grianos' plans a bit is thanks enough. It's been a long time coming. What a pleasant cat you are. Anyway, now we should finally be able to get started on Valimar's new weapon. I can't wait to see this thing, but I guess I'm gonna have to. Pretty much. Still, it'll be exciting to see just how much stronger it's gonna make him. Indeed. Make sure that was it. So you're pulling some crazy old coot onto the ship to make a blade for you. To make that blade for you. Yeah, great plan. Make sure you help him out with the preparations, you know, just so he knows where he is and what he's doing. And now we can go talk to George. If his workspace isn't absolutely perfect, he'll throw a tantrum like you'd never seen. So let's make sure we're good here first. Once we're done, I'll call him the Institute and invite him on board. You don't mind helping me out some more, right? Choosing to help George make his workshop will cause the main story to advance. As a result, all unfinished quests will disappear. I didn't report the quests. That should be fine. I'd be happy to. Ready now? Sure am. Thanks, Reen. With both of us here, the work will be done in no time flat. They went about making the best-looking workspace they could. Afterwards, George made contact with the Ruhr Institute of Technology, and the time finally came to welcome Professor Schmidt on board the Courageous. Bah, not quite up to my standards, but being that we're limited in our options inside the ship, this will have to do. It can't compare to the facilities in the Institute, but you made the best with what you had, I suppose. Thanks, I guess. So, there it is. I didn't expect you to obtain any Zemirian ore at all, much less this much of it. Where exactly did you find it? Class 7 obtained it from overcoming some very challenging trials. Come on, it's what you asked for, so you'll help us, right? That doesn't answer my question in the slightest, I'll have you know. Then again, the answer changes little. I'm a man of my word. You did what you were asked, so I'll draft you the finest blueprints the world has ever seen. Still, a project like this is not without its series of trial and error. Your assistance will be crucial, George. Just don't get in the way of my work. Right. Anything you say. Well, so that's the famous Professor G. Schmidt. He's, as much of a cranky old fart as everyone says he is. He and George seem to work really well together, though, don't they? Well, if I recall, they were once master and student. He's got those dashing good looks, but his personality leaves a lot to be desired. It doesn't take much to impress you, does it? Working with Zemirian ore is no doubt going to be a challenge, and they will need to find a way to use it to replicate the sharpness of Itachi. Still, with Professor Schmidt on board, I'm sure they'll manage. He's the finest engineer in the country, if nothing else. Yeah, we'll just have to keep out of their hair and let them do what they do best. Finally, work on Valamar's Tachi began. George and Professor Schmidt worked as quickly as they could so the Class 7 would be ready when the time for the final battle with Crow came. And while they were working, the Courageous received a sudden and unexpected call.
Are you sure, Captain?
Yes, absolutely. Several days ago, the Alliance moved their line of defense around the capital westward, which means that the east side of the capital, and in particular the area around Trista, are much more exposed than before.
That could totally work in our favor.
Lucky us. Yeah. It sounds like we might finally be able to achieve what we set out to do.
We finally have a chance to wrestle the Academy from the Alliance's grasp.
Guess the Alliance is so focused on trying to defend Heimdall, they don't have time to worry about Trista. We couldn't have asked for a better chance than this.
I have some other news that may be of interest to you as well. The Noble Alliance forces are no longer the ones supervising Thor's military academy. Instead, they've assigned that task to the upper-class students so the army can focus on defending the capital.
Why the upper-class students?
I imagine they were chosen so the Academy would technically still be under the control of the nobility. I'm sure they're up to the task either way.
Are we talking about all of the upper-class students or just a select number of them?
The Academy is being overseen by a group of students calling themselves the Order of the Lion. The group is centered around high-ranking nobles, and its commander is one of the sons of Marquis Higharms, Patrick T. Higharms.
Exclamations!
Patrick? I'd heard that he was still at the Academy, but just what is he doing?
And what's this Order of the Lion?
I know nobles love tradition, but that name sounds like something torn from a history textbook.
Other key members include the son and daughter of Count Florald, together with a butler and maid from the upper-class dormitory. To my knowledge, the principal and the other instructors remain imprisoned within the academy itself, however.
Ferris is taking part too?
If I had to wager a guess, the Alliance ordered them to. Not like they're in a position to refuse.
That's a little worrying.
Principal Van Dyke is an honorary general of the army as well, so naturally, the army is concerned for his well-being. As such, we of the RMP are preparing to liberate Trista and the Academy from the nobility. It will be carried out before the battle for Heimdall can begin, using our most elite units.
Oh.
But that means...
Captain, would you consider postponing your operation for at least a few days?
Green!
Do you not think the RMP is up to the task?
I don't doubt for a moment that you are, but since the day we were entrusted with the Courageous, no, even before that, liberating the Academy has been our dream. I don't just mean Class 7's dream either. It's something that every single student gathered on this ship wants to be a part of. You could even say it's our duty. Whether someone else could handle it isn't the issue. It's what we've come this far for. We want to do it with our own hands.
Thank you, Reen. I feel the same way as Reen does. Thor's was established by one of my ancestors, so I feel a connection to it in that sense. It feels only right that those who have an attachment to the Academy should come together to take it back.
She's absolutely right. We've come all this way believing it would lead us back to the Academy. We can't just leave the last step of our journey to you. After all that's happened, I think we're the ones who should be fighting that Order of the Lion, don't you?
Yeah, you're right.
Yep, it's gotta be us. We've all put an enormous amount of effort into making it this far. It's only fair, right?
We wouldn't be setting a very good example as second years if we didn't see tasks we've taken on through to the end.
I want to go and save Uncle Makaram too!
That's a lot of yes votes right there.
I'm pleased to see we're all unanimous.
Yeah, I want to do this too, Claire!
Really, Milliam? You too?
So, Captain, please, won't you leave taking back Trista and the Academy to us?
We realize we're asking a lot, but this is genuinely important to us.
When I finally see Dad again, I want to be able to look back and feel proud of all I've done.
I was never raised to beg, but in this case, no price is too great.
I wasn't expecting to get quite so strong a reaction from you. It's almost like we went to different schools. I've never felt quite the devotion and attachment to the Academy all of you clearly possess, so it's a little strange for me to see how much each of you are willing to sacrifice, just so you can liberate Trista together. But strange in a good way.
Is that a yes?
We'll wait 2 days. Trista will form a vital base in our operation to take Heimdall. It needs to be liberated as soon as possible. I hope that will be enough time for you to achieve your dream of taking it back.
Thank you, Captain.
If you weren't with the RMP already, you'd make a hell of an actress, you know. You put on quite a show for someone who was gonna say yes all along.
And what makes you say that? Regardless, I will be praying for your success. I look forward to seeing you all again in Heimdall after this war is over.
Thank you.
Good luck to you too, Captain.
Finally, Class 7 was granted permission to liberate Trista. They left deciding the specifics of the operation to Toa, and eventually it was decided that they would carry out the mission on the same day a prototype of Valamar's new Tachi was completed. Septon calendar 1204, 12:30 Thursday, Trista Liberation.
The operation will begin today at 1200 hours. Make sure you've done everything you need to do before then.
As you already know, I won't be taking part in this one. This one's all you. My job as your teacher is to stay here and wish you luck. I know you can do it.
Thank you.
We've still got some time until then, so it might be worth going around and making sure we've got all we need.
Yeah, we can't be too prepared. Not this time.
Incidentally, how goes the development of Valamar's Tachi?
The prototype was finished last night. There's still some work left before it's completely finished. But personally, I'd say the progress we've made is nothing to scoff at.
Professor Spit's really something, isn't he?
I guess, but he could lighten up a little. I went to go play down in his workshop and he was all super mad at me.
Were you expecting to be welcomed with a hug and some candy?
Anyway, by the sound of it, he's going to keep finding ways to improve it until the very last minute. I'm going to be swamped with helping him out, but I should still be able to tune your Arcus units if you guys need it.
We just might take you up on that, George.
Whatever ensures you're as ready as possible. So much is resting on this battle. I don't want us to go in with any regrets.
Right.
All members of Class 7 will take part in the battle for Trista, whether they're in active party or not. As such, make sure to check everyone's equipment, including that of characters you may not ordinarily use. To advance the main story, speak to Toa in the captain's chair and select Commence Operation. We're going to report our quests.
Hey there, Reen. All right, let me hear your report. I knew I could count on you. Well, I'll be looking forward to your next report.
Yeah. So... you get a bonding event by playing a game of Blade with your chosen person. If I can... Oh, there's the game room. There's not long until the operation starts. Probably not the best time to be playing card games. Well, maybe it wouldn't hurt to play a bit. Might help with my nerves. I've probably only got time for one game though. Who should I play? You can play Blade 2 with one other character before the operation to liberate Trista begins. Choosing a character here will let you trigger a special event with them later in the game, even if you don't bond with them in Breahard. Didn't bond with them in Breahard.
Then let us begin our duel.
See if we can actually win this one.
Please, draw a card. Then I'll make the first move. Raging Winds!
Ooh. That was an annoying one to lose.
Divine Bolt! Mirror!
Oh, wow.
Well played.
Ah! I should have revived the card.
An excellent duel.
Oh well. Poor strategy. I claim victory today. Still, I have to admit that playing with you has taken a load off my mind. I feel much more at peace now. Glad I invited you then. This operation is going to be tough, but I know we can make it a success if we really put our minds to it. For certain. But please be careful, Rain. We will all be at your side when it comes time to take back the Academy. But I fear you and Valimar will have a number of battles to fight on your own during your approach. No doubt about that. The Noble Alliance has mostly withdrawn from Trista, but I'm sure there are a few stragglers just itching for a fight. I doubt we'll even make it to town without having to go through a few of their soldats first. Most likely not. Still, there's no need to worry about me. I'll be just fine. And why is that? I can't even count how many battles I've fought with Valimar now. I know what I'm doing at this point. As if that wasn't enough, now I've got a prototype of Valamar's Tachi to use too. Maybe I'm not ready to face Crow, but I'm sure as hell not gonna lose to anyone else before I do. With all that and you guys watching over me, how could I? You're so confident, even now? Well, I won't deny you that. All I can do for you and Valimar is put my utmost belief in the two of you. But when you arrive, let's go and reclaim our home, side by side. Let's do it. Yeah! Alright, so all there is to do now, now's when you would typically get the Medal of Love from Princess Alphen if you've managed to get the character notes up to this point. And you can also speak to, I think it's Monica, which will update her profile and also give you the Kaiser Burger recipe. And then there's a short scene you can get with Professor Schmidt dots. Wow, he looks so focused. So this is it, huh? A weapon fit for a divine knight. It's just a prototype, but it still looks incredibly powerful. What are you doing here? I'm busy putting the finishing touches to this prototype. It'll be done by the time that operation of yours begins, so go wait somewhere else. Alright, sorry. I'd better go back to getting ready and avoid getting in his way. It does look really good though. I mean, man. It's a prototype Tachi made of Zemirian ore. The blade radiates a mysterious glow, and there's a sense of incredible power within. Right, and that's it. All we have to do now is go up to the bridge and commence our operation. It's almost time for us to do what we've been working towards since the day we were given this ship. The Order of the Lion is the only thing that stands in our way. I never expected the Student Council President role would come with this kind of baggage, but I'm ready for it. Just don't think that you have to do everything on your own. We're here to support you the whole way. I'm here to support you too. As long as we've got each other, I know we can do it. Commence operation! Ready to go, Reen? Everyone's equipment will need to be at its very best. That includes Valimar too. All members of Class 7 will take part in a battle for Trista, whether they are in active party or not. As such, make sure to check everyone's equipment, including that of characters you may not ordinarily use. After selecting commence operation, 2 teams will be organized to carry out the operation. The time for the operation to begin drew even closer. The decisive moment almost upon them, those taking part congregated on the bridge for one last review. Right, let's go over everything again just to be safe. First, here's what we know about Trista. The majority of the Alliance forces that were there have withdrawn, but some still remain defending the town's east side. It's likely that the moment we approach Trista, we're going to come under attack by the Soldats stationed there. That's where Valimar and I come in. We'll deal with them first and clear a path for everyone else. Right. This is the first time we'll be able to see what the Zemirian or Itachi prototype is capable of, too. After you've liberated Trista, Reen, you and the rest of Group A will head directly to the Academy's front gate. And not that anyone here could possibly forget, but you'll also have the world's most adorable captain accompanying you. I have to say, I don't know how I feel about her being on the front lines. I can't help but agree. You've been a tremendous support for us, of course, but this is the first time you'll be taking an active role in combat. Oh, don't you worry about me. I'm a military academy student just as much as you guys. I can put up a good fight. I won't get in the way or hold you back, promise. If what we're doing is to be seen as legitimate, we'll need her assistance from the ground anyway. Who better to overthrow Patrick Hirams himself than the president of the Student Council? Now you're talking. Group A's primary objective will be to escort Toa safely to the Academy so she can work her magic. Good luck, you guys. We won't let you down. Angelica, aren't you joining us too? Yep, I doubt I'll make much of a substitute for Sarah, but I'll give it my best shot. After Group A's off the Courageous, me and the rest of Group B will fly around the back of the Academy and charge in. Attacking from both sides at the same time sounds like a solid enough plan to me. Let's just hope said plan works. Not much point in freaking out about it now. And with all the people we have on board, we've got more backup than we could ever ask for. Exactly, we've done all we can. Everything is in Adios' hands now. Oh, I feel a tingle running down my spine from all the feverish excitement coursing through the air. One would think you'd be a little more nervous considering that you're about to do. That's just how Class 7 operates. It's been a long, long journey coming this far, but you've overcome every obstacle in your path and done yourselves proud. Now all that remains is to go out there and liberate your academy. Best of luck, I know you'll pull through. Thank you, Your Highness, says everyone. Everyone, assume your positions. It's time to take back our academy. Toa temporarily joined the party. Toa has a special craft called Weakener. Using Weakener on an enemy inflicts a status aptly called Weak upon them. A craft unique to Toa which inflicts the Weak status on enemy forces for 3 turns. This makes it both easier to unbalance enemies and increases arts damage inflicted. That's actually pretty cool. Select the characters which will form Group A, the group that will enter through Trista. Members not selected for Group A will automatically be recruited into Group B, led by Angelica. Obviously we want Laura, Gaius, we'll take Elliot and Elisa, I think. Yeah. We'll go with that. Yeah, we'll double check, make sure everybody's equipped with the best weapons. We can't help hers. And proceed! This operation is bound to be the most significant battle we've fought to date. We can't afford it for anything to go wrong. I might be better off sticking to just one Link partner while I'm fighting in Valimar. During the liberation of Trista, you will only be able to use a single Link partner during Divine Night battles. Choose someone whose bonding event you didn't see in Berehard to see their final bonding event if you meet all other conditions. Well, we already saw everybody's events in Berehard, so we're going to go with Laura, obviously. Same day, 12. Trista. What the hell? I suspected they'd come. It's time. Let the operation begin. Right. You ready to go, Valimar? At your command. Bah, let's see if you can pull it off. Take care, you guys. Exclamation. Get down. Gah! Is that a long-range orbital cannon? It came from that direction. Those things. You'll have to fight us first, brats. It's time for the Crimson Wings to fall from the sky. Aren't they? They're the soldats VNS used. Ugh, this is gonna be tricky. Valimar, let's go. Or let's go, Valimar. Acknowledged. We've been expecting you. In the name of the Alliance, we won't allow you to go any farther. Prepare to be overwhelmed by Goliath and Kestrel, the perfect marriage of strength and speed. This isn't good. They might just be copies of the Divine Knights, but that Kestrel's much faster than one. If you let them work together and have their own way, you're gonna be in for trouble. Maybe so, but their pilots aren't nearly as experienced as SMV are. Time to force our way through Valimar, certainly. It's a nice looking blade. Use your new power well.
All right, you ready?
Oh yeah. think we'll go for the Kestrel first. Good damage.
My turn.
We'll try Aqua Matter. See how much damage that does.
Gotcha!
That's it. Just a little more. It's working. Keep it up.
My turn.
I think this attack should finish this guy off. Yeah. Woohoo.
Great. Just one more.
There we go.
Gotcha! Now! Gotcha!
It's working. Keep it up.
My turn.
Now! My sword will cleave open the way! Like domination!
Oh yes. That was actually really easy.
Well done. You did great that time.
All right. Ha! What the? What is that sword? You did it, Rain. Taking both out at once is impressive enough. Not bad for a prototype. That just leaves the interface then. Bah, if only he were here. Professor, where are you? Oh, forget it. Curse you! We're withdrawing. Rendezvous with the forces near Heimdall immediately. Yes, sir. With Kestrel and Goliath defeated, the Noble Alliance forces stationed near Trista fled. Rin stepped out of Valamar and regrouped with Toa and the selected members of Group A. After seeing off Group B and the Courageous, they set foot into the town they so adored. Trista. My, has it been a long time.
Well, we made it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Trista so quiet before, though. Seeing our dorm again really brings back memories, though. just a few months ago, this was our home. It's finally dawning on me that we're actually back. Back in good old Trista.
It took longer than I would have liked to return, but I'm glad we did.
But it's a shame Sharon and Crow aren't with us.
Now, on to the academy. Not much farther to go.
Should have known it'd be you guys.
Ah, we finally hear Mick's voice.
Mick!
Glad to see you're alive.
And kicking. I guess it's good to see you kids back here, too. You'll be glad to know that the townsfolk are the same as ever in spite of all this.
Hey, it's Class 7! You're all back!
Did someone just say Class 7?
Wow, it really is them!
If it ain't Toa, too.
Oh boy, am I glad to see you.
The feeling's mutual.
It really is.
When the battle began, we all started taking shelter where we could.
But when we saw the Alliance guys running off with their tails between their legs, we came out here hoping for some good news.
I can't believe you guys actually made it back here.
Looks like Mick was right after all.
Right? Right about what?
I heard from Toval, that you guys would be here to liberate Trista soon. He, told me that we should be here to give you guys a warm welcome.
Really? I guess he must have heard that from Captain Claire or something.
Still, since you're here, I take it you're planning on taking back the Academy? Good on ya! Show us all some real Thor spirit.
You know we will.
Thank you all so much. This really means a lot to all of us. All right, everyone, get ready. We're going in.
All right.
So, there's not really anything to do here. You can't go in any of the buildings or anything, but you could stop and talk to each and every one of these NPCs. Just a lot of dialogue, nothing important per se. So, we're just going to run straight through.
I can't believe they're all here to see us.
We're lucky to have everyone's support.
You say support, I say love.
And that's all thanks to you and Toa, Reem.
You're both always helping everybody out around here.
You should be proud of yourselves.
Of course we're proud of ourselves. What's there not to be proud of? Oh, hey. Exclamation! Class 7? So you finally returned. You're one of the mates from the upper class dormitory, right? Are we correct in assuming that the Order of the Lion is in the Academy at the moment? Absolutely. Please take care of them for me. We will, don't worry. Let's go, everyone. Angie and the others must be at the back gate by now. Are we ready to go in, Reem? This is it. The success of our operation is all rides on this moment. Are we ready to get started? No, not quite yet. We are going to get started in the next video. So until then, I'll see you all in that next video. So goodbye for now.